That's me watching the Acolyte episode 3, by the way. What is going on with my microphone?
It's backwards.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Rip and the Silverback. This is the largest show on YouTube that deals with commie space witch lesbian cults. Okay?
Yes. Very true.
Stunning and brave. As the Acolyte episode 3. I have no idea. I really don't have any idea if Hollywood, Leslie Headland, Disney have any self-awareness. I can only assume they have zilch.
Well, we talked about it last week, did we not? Like Chris, aka Frank Gore, kind of tipped us off, right?
Yeah.
And letting us know that this third episode was some of the worst ever seen. Okay. Well, so we already knew that was going to happen. And I remember it being brought up as a subject where we were like, and I believe it was you that said it. You were like, and this is according to like the first couple of episodes, you're like, if I watched those, I would have thought they were like tripling down, essentially. Like now we have what we just saw, or what everybody has seen up to now. Prayers for those that actually looked at it, watched it in its entirety. Because that had to have been rough.
Thoughts and prayers.
But maybe we got it wrong. Maybe we have not reached the peak yet.
Dude, when I explain this episode, it's gonna blow your mind. It's imagine writing an episode where you are trying to make one side appear to be, inverted commas, the good guys, inverted commas, while making them scum. Just pure scum. The kicker, which is going to come later, that everything that transpired in this episode towards the end, which we already know if you've watched the show, is the space witch's place gets burnt down because May burnt it down. It's going to be revealed, obviously, that it's the Jedi that burnt it down.
Right.
But after watching this episode, I'm like, good. I am. Seriously.
So no sympathy for the good guys.
Yeah, I'm like, good. They did the right thing and fucking exterminated those vermin. The Jedi are the good guys, period.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let them live. Wipe the fucking bitches out. They're an indoctrination cult. They're a commie indoctrination cult that don't listen. We'll get into it. Get into it. Hi, Eric. How you doing?
I am doing great. Coming off of this fantastic weekend that we had, a glorious meetup out here in Dallas. A lot of our friends from our teams, from FNT to the Real BBC. We had Melanie Mack there. Side Scrollers representing as well with Craig, Stuttering Craig. Just an all-around fantastic event. And I want to thank everybody that came out. Some are saying it's one of the better ones that we've done. So I'm excited for the next one. But big shout out. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I've seen a lot of the aftermath, watching even normies, watching folks that have maybe denied the infestation, even coming around and saying, what in the fuck did I just watch with this third episode? And that to me is intriguing. We watched yesterday even Star Wars Theories like reaction to it, and that had to been pretty tough for him to watch. But before we really dive in, I do want to say that I think that the context is very important. And I brought this up with who Star Wars Theory will be joining us, by the way, in Fan Expo Denver. So big shout out. He brought up the whole, okay, yes, these bunch of these women, these lesbians, what have you, he wasn't tripping.
By the way, can I just stress before you carry on?
Yeah.
When we go space lesbians, we're not just being insulting.
No. They're literal space lesbians.
Of women. Yeah, they are literally lesbians.
Yes.
Okay, they are literally lesbians. So It's not an insult because it's just a group of women, which is bad enough. But it's an actuality. They are space lesbians.
Not being hyperbolic, no, that is literal space lesbians.
Yeah.
And he talks about the other issues as well. And what I want Theory as well as other people who are, God bless them, a lot more optimistic about
So I just saw the latest comment.
God bless them, a lot more optimistic about the future.
Mm.
But what I think is very important that people understand is those points that, for example, Theory brought up with how some of these aspects don't make sense and they're lore breaking.
Yeah.
You have to address that former issue. Why do you think all that stuff ended up on the back burner? It's because it's being created with people that are prioritizing space lesbianism overall. Of course, you're going to miss everything else. Why wouldn't you? Because you're not going into it with like, I'm trying to make the best Star Wars. No. And you told us that. We watched the interview last week. Gayest Star Wars yet. Everybody agrees that for sure, in multiple ways, it is the absolute gayest Star Wars yet. But that seems to be your priority. And that's why people are in the positions that they're in. And it shows. It shows. So the reason I bring that up is because you don't get those former or those latter lore breaking points that Theory and others have documented without the DIE.
Of course.
So you have to address that point if you are going to fix it, right? Or if you really want to get to the root of the problem. You can't separate that. It's at the forefront of everything that they do, and that's why you get things that don't make sense because they're not prioritizing good Star Wars.
Take the last episode 2, when Space Bint gets up and she sees the little Jedi Padawan child who looks like, I don't know how old the actress is, but she looks like she's 15, 14. Is that fair enough? So she looks like a kid, put it that way. She looks like a kid.
Underage for sure.
And she gets up and she talks about how flexible she is. Right? You switch that to a male character that's the same age, mid-20s, and that'll come across as exceedingly creepy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd find it exceedingly creepy if a fucking 25-year-old was telling some kid how flexible they were. That gets pushed under the radar because it's Whammons. It's Leslie Headland's lesbian fantasy. This, we literally have a coven of lesbian space witches that are using clearly the dark side of the Force to create life that Palpatine was talking about in episode 3. And they're trying to be perceived as the good guys in this. I think there's 5 times in this episode Osha says, I don't want to become a space lesbian witch. I want to leave. I want to leave and travel the galaxy and have my own life and also join the Jedi. That'd be cool. 5 times. And every time throughout this episode, 1 minute, the mother will go, she's not a child, she can make her own decisions. And then she'll say to her in private, you are not going to be a Jedi, you are going to be a space witch. You think you do, but you don't. The fucking Blizzard Entertainment them. You think you do, but you don't. Then she keeps saying, I want to go. No. You want to go? No. I want to go. No. I want to go. No. She's saying she wants to leave your commie fucking pit of disgusting degeneracy, and you're not letting her. And by degeneracy, of course, I'm referring to the dark side of the Force. But we get this, oh, we were shunned because we were chased and we were hunted and we're repressed. And it's clear metaphors for, I'm gay. I'm gay, and then this is how we perceive ourselves. No, you're not victims. You haven't been victims or in any way, shape, or form hunted for fucking decades and decades. In actual fact, you're in Hollywood. Find me a fucking straight person in Hollywood first. And you want to talk about repression and all this kind of doesn't make sense. And you're attaching it to the fucking to the actual bad guys that are indoctrinating children.
Okay, let me ask you this: the line, which I believe it's in episode 3, of the galaxy is not a place that welcomes women like us.
Yes.
What possibly was the context, other than what explicitly is being stated there, that women like us? I take that to mean
lesbians.
Lesbians.
Yeah, because this is Leslie Headland's personal self-insert lesbian fantasy. Because this is none of this is ever about Star Wars or Star Trek or Doctor Who. Russell T Davies is now making his own stunning and brave, I'm so fucking repressed Doctor Who gay fantasy. Star Wars, the Acolyte specifically, is now Leslie Headland's lesbian fantasy. She's saying that line, by the way, as she's indoctrinating children into their coven. One of them who doesn't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You're gonna. I don't want to do it. You're going to. She's explicitly telling you.
Yeah.
So when the Jedi come, by the way, they stop. Hey, Yellow Flash. When they stop the indoctrination ceremony, they get one of the girls. They get May. She gets indoctrinated. She gets the brand of lesbianism on her. And they're just about to fill OSHA up with Stargate power. I don't know. And then the Jedi walk in and they're just like, whoa, wait, yay. Hold up. Yeah. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. And the Jedi are respectful. And they're just like, we've kind of heard that there's a couple of children here. A couple of potentially Force-sensitive children. No, there's no children here. They lie immediately. They're hiding the kids. But the Wookiee sees them. The Wookiee's like, ah. So, I think it's Master Trinity calls the girls forward. Do you want to come forward? So OSHA comes forward because OSHA wants to leave and become a Jedi. And then the witches are just like, fuck it, stop it! You're trying to take our children! Not, what do you mean, our children? That's some fucking commie shit fucking right there. Our children. Oh, man. Remember how there are kids? That's going around California. Our kids. No,
that's how they've justified all the goofy shit they put in the curriculum.
So OSHA comes forward, and then I might be getting some of the order of this wrong because it's dog shit, and I'm trying to expunge it from my brain immediately. I've done my review. That's it. And Master Squid Game gets his lightsaber out, which is rather reckless, and hands it to OSHA. Says, "Hey, if you're a Jedi, you can get one of these." So the mother, the main matriarch of this matriarchal commie society, you know, the gay Ryan Kindle that killed himself last week, drunk the poison, killed himself. He's now like a young lad. 16 years ago. This whole thing 16 years ago. And she goes and gets in his head. She fucking mind controls him, and she's like, if you want him to get back to his proper mind, fuck off. And they're like, whoa. And she's and little girl's just like, hey, stop it. Oh, she's like, stop it. And Master Trinity says, as Force sensitive, we have the right as a Jedi to test them to see if they're Force sensitive with your permission. So she says, okay, you can test OSHA. She says, both. We want to test both the kids. So she says, all right, we will send them with a party to your ship. Okay. So the Jedi go. She gives Master Tomlin his mind back. So they then say, we need to convene. I need to convene with my, fucking gaggling bitches. So the gaggling bitches convene, and I nicknamed it Darth Maureen because it's one of those fucking race of people. You know, Darth Maureen. It's just like, let's go kill him. Let's just fucking kill him.
Yeah.
There's only 4 of them. Fuck him. Who's gonna miss 4 Jedi? Let's go fucking kill him. And she's like, no. She says the only way that we're gonna get rid of the Jedi is to tell. I don't know what the fuck you're looking at, but it's clearly.
No, it's this fucking.
Oh,
I
this show.
It's clips from the show, man.
Oh,
I know.
We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it in a minute. So she says the only way that we get the Jedi to leave is by you lying on your test.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever is in your mind, say the opposite. Lie. And if so, the Jedi will think you're not force sensitive, and you can join us, and you can come back. And so May's just like, yeah, I'm fully indoctrinated. I've drunk the Kool-Aid. I'm fucking all in. I'm ready to scissor when I'm old enough. And Osha's like, no, I want to go. I don't want to lie. And he said, no, you gotta lie. You gotta lie. This is a cult. This is a commie cult of lesbian space witches. Lie. So she's like, So they go to the ship. May goes in. You don't see what happens to May, but she comes out smiling. She's lied her ass off. She goes up to mum, smiling like this. I'm like, oh, good girl. Good girl. You lied like your mum told you to lie. And then Osha goes in. He's got his space iPad. He's like, what pictures have I got up here? You tell me, using your mind. What pictures have I got up here? And she lies the first time. And Master Squid Game goes, correct, even though it isn't. And he puts up another picture and she says something else that it isn't. And he goes, correct. And she goes, that's not correct. It's a... So he said, oh, have you been told to lie? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, what? He says, and then so Master Trinity says, by the way, these are all, oh, dear goodness me. Oh my goodness, some mentally ill person in the chat. So she says, Master Trinity says, did they tell you to lie because they don't want you to leave their family? Which is a empathetic response. And she says, yeah, that's why. And Master Squid Game says, well, I was only 4 years old when the Jedi came to test me because they realized I had abilities, special abilities. And they took me to the Jedi Temple, and there were thousands of children like me. She's like, thousands of kids. I'm the only kid here. I know, there will be thousands of kids. So he says to her, what do you want to do? What a horrible thing to say. Ask her what she actually wants, as opposed to telling her, like the indoctrination cult's doing. She says, I want to be a Jedi. So he says, okay, well, if you want to, no coercion. There's no coercion here. So if you want to be a Jedi, he says, then you've got to have the courage to tell the truth. So if you want to be a Jedi, let's take the test, but you've got to be truthful. And she says, okay. So she comes out of the spaceship and she's told the truth and she's clearly passed the tests. So May is furious at her because she didn't lie. The commune of witches are mad because she didn't lie. And she's been saying for ever in the show, I want to go. I don't want to be indoctrinated in your cult. So she has another conversation with her mum. And her mum's just like, oh, you think you want to be a Jedi now, but you'll grow up and then you'll change your mind and you'll experience different things. Stay here and get indoctrinated. She's like, I want to become a Jedi. So she says, fine. And she hugs her and she cries a tear and Osha cries a tear. And then she's like, I'll speak to the rest of the people and see what we think. How many fucking times does she have to tell you she wants to fucking go? So Osha is just like, she goes back into a room. She packs up her bag. She's like, I'm fucking out. Fuck these fucking commies. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. And then May comes in and says, you can't go. She says, well, what are you going to do to stop me? She says, I'm going to kill you. So she runs outside. She grabs a book that Osha's carrying, runs outside, shuts the door, locks it so she can't get out of her room. She then takes a lantern from outside, lights fire to the book, and then we go inside the room and we see a smash and flames start coming around. So clearly it's trying to say, May throw through the book and is trying to burn her alive. But we obviously know that's not going to be the case because it cut away, so we didn't actually see that happen. So Osha manages to get out of the room through jiggery pokery, whatever. Don't give a shit. And when she goes outside, there isn't just a fire by the door. The whole fucking base is destroyed. The fucking reactor's blowing up. Fucking space dead lesbian witches everywhere. Master Squid Game's just like running, trying to save the girls. The girls are like, Osha sees May. She's like, what did you do? And May's like, what did you do? And then this bridge that they're on falls. So Master Squid Game runs to stop them, but for some reason forgets that he can use the force and just go doom and stop them from falling. He just grabs Osha's arm. So he's running out. Everything's fucking blowing up around them. I'm like, fucking hell, this is a crazy ass fire for a fucking lantern. So clearly this is not how it fucking went down. And then she gets into the spaceship and she said, what happened? And it's just like, I'm so sorry. Everyone's fucking dead. I'm like, I hope you fucking killed them. Everyone's dead. What happened? May started a fire and it killed everyone. It blew everyone up. There was concrete on fire and steel on fire and everything. That was the least stupid thing in the show. And so they go away, and I'm just like, well, clearly the Jedi have come in and fucking massacred the witches, and I don't blame them. I would have blamed them because the witches were saying, we need to strike, we need to kill these people. We need to stop Osha from leaving. We need to prevent this. Clearly, and they're using the dark side of the Force. So they are a danger. They are clearly a fucking danger. I'm fucking Team Jedi. Wipe them out. Get them out of here. So they fly off. They fly off, and he then pans to Maya outside. Like, oh my God, Maya's alive. Oh my goodness, how did she live? Oh yeah, we know, because she was in the first 2 episodes. So how is this any kind of reveal?
Good point.
Space lesbians.
Space lesbians.
That's the show.
All
it
right.
was dog shit.
But that's, I guess, the point that I was just making, and I wanted to ask you, definitely as someone that, you watched it in its entirety. Jeez. So do you think that, I mean, again, God bless you, man, for that. But seriously, does everything that's bad about it, and I'm not saying this tongue in cheek, I'm asking a genuine question. Does lesbian or what's her name? Lesbian
Headlamp.
Leslie Headland or whatever her name is, and her prioritizing, and I'm sure she's not just the only one in on it. Might be a little pet project, but they're all in on it. Is prioritizing that what got you a narrative, and which, as you explained to me, is either dog water or doesn't make sense, or both?
It's both. The writing was abysmal. It made no sense. If you were trying to portray the Jedi as being evil in this, or potentially having malevolent will or whatever towards you did a really bad job of it, because you showed these witches to be an incestuous bunch of dark side wielding communist cult members.
But do you really think that there was an attempt to make them like? Is that how they think?
I legitimately think she tried to make you have sympathy for the space lesbians.
That's pretty remarkable.
I think she tried to make her mother seem as if she was pragmatic and open, but she wasn't. Every time Osha said, I want to go, she wouldn't let her go. Osha said, I don't want to become a witch. I don't want to take the trial or the part of the ceremony. I don't want to be part of this. And she said, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And then she'll say, and then one person goes, she's a child. She can't make her own decisions. And then her mum will say, yes, she can. She's not a child. She can make her own decisions. And then she'll say, I don't want to be a space witch again. And the mum will go, tough shit, you are. So which is it? Is she somebody capable of making her own decisions, or is she a child who you're fucking indoctrinating?
See,
either way, you're losing here.
I think, yeah, I do think that comes from the misunderstanding of what should be universal truths. And I think that's what got the modern writer in trouble, right? Because they don't really know what good is.
No, they do not.
So how can you portray good if you don't understand it? Right now, it's one thing if you're going out of your way, like, we know antiheroes, they exist, and then, they're going to have a little more to them, right? But from what I pick up, they legitimately wanted you to think the people that you're describing as not good to be good. And that comes from a fundamental misunderstanding of what good is. And this is why I think these guys make the worst, not just writers, but just all around creators.
Eric, put it this way: you clearly did aspects in this show where the space witch lesbian commie cult did the whole "we're persecuted, we're persecuted, we hide because we're hunted, people deem us unnatural."
Yeah.
And then you look at the reality of what's going on in the show's terms. And the reality is, you're a cult that uses the dark side of the Force.
Yeah.
And you've used it to create children because you can't have any because you're all women. Master Trinity even says, "Who's the father?" And they say, "There isn't one."
Boy, would they.
They're telling them that essentially telling them we're using the dark side of the Force to create life, which in itself is whatever.
No.
It was stupid back in the Phantom Menace, and it's stupid fucking now.
Yeah.
So, so when you try and make a repressed group, a minority, and then but you play them as the bad guys, do you know what? Are you looking in the fucking mirror?
Well, I think that's the problem. I mean, these guys, I shared a video not too long ago. Was that last night or this morning, whenever that was? One of my old videos talking about this stuff where, there are folks out there, they're on a crusade while also trying to be the, perpetual sort of victimhood, obviously, that exists, and that they thrive off of. But because they've tricked themselves into believing that they are that victim perpetually, they feel like their actions, no matter how bad, are justified. Right? So when they do bad things, I mean, you see this in the real world, especially if you live in the West, man. You see this all the time, where the people that are crying foul are swinging on folks and using acts of aggression, all the time.
Dude, right? I got a whole fucking thing going on Twitter right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I dared speak out against the fucking, the mentality cult.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're like, "Oh, how dare this man have a go at minorities?" The most fucking protected fucking group of people on the internet, the corporation and government are bending over backwards, literally, to fucking protect. Oh, you ain't got anything to fucking be fearful about.
No.
It's people that speak up against you. They're the ones who got shit to be fucking axed, cancelled, removed from platforms. You ain't got shit.
You don't have to worry about that. I mean, you have the most approved sort of line of thinking. It is government sponsored, in collusion with the mega corporation. It is mega corporate sponsored, especially in this month, right? So it is quite remarkable when they do present themselves as heroic, right? While doing things that are the complete opposite. You act as a villain, but want to be a hero. And I do think that that's why you get those types of storylines where you have like, I'm supposed to be convinced that this person is good, not an anti-hero or anything. You're like giving it your best attempt to present this person as good or present these groups of people as if they are good people, morally good people, but they act like pieces of shit, or they act or have characteristics and traits that we usually identify villains with. Okay?
Like the mother in this show.
Exactly.
They try and make her appear to be wise and sage, but she's not.
Yeah.
She's a person that wants to indoctrinate children against their will.
That to me is projection. They don't understand that, but it is projection. And I think that's who the writers are. And that's all they know how to do because that's who they are.
Yeah, things. Sorry, go on, you go.
No. All I was saying was that if you take the last 5 to 10 years or whatever, this craziness that has sort of manifested itself, especially with the Rainbow Brigade, and how they have been very successful, albeit in throwing their weight around, getting whatever the fuck it is that they want, to the point to where, and I'm not using this as sort of a gay analogy, I'm just saying what people are bending over backwards for them. Not meaning that in a homosexual way. I'm just saying that that's what they do. So when you've lived your life under those set of circumstances, and believe it or not, these people are still convinced that they are oppressed.
Yeah, I know. It's pathetic. It's beyond pathetic. You've swung so hard. You've actually gone from acceptance, swung all the way through to we're getting really fucking sick of this now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they want all the benefits of being repressed and a minority while actually holding the positions of power to proclaim it.
Yeah.
It doesn't add up. The two are not conducive. You can't be in the positions of power that you are claiming repression.
That seems obvious, is it not?
I know it seems obvious. That's just it. But we're not fucking stupid people. We have more than 3 brain cells, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
You're preaching from one area, and you're saying there's the line. They have the line in this episode. It's not about good or bad. It's about power and who's allowed to wield it. The one that was in the trailer, right? By the way, she's saying this as she's refusing to let OSHA leave. You are in the position of fucking power as the woman in charge of the cult. Written by the woman in power at Disney fucking Corp.
Mm-hmm.
Writing a Star Wars show with $100 million budget,
180,
turning it 180 million, turning it into your lesbian fantasy show. Can I control anything? Can you?
They ain't listen to you.
Did you hire anyone for that show, Eric?
No.
I fucking didn't.
No.
Did you write anything?
Mm-mm.
Were you able to say where they filmed, who they hired, the crew, the cast, anything?
No. I had nothing to do with that.
I know. It seems like we don't have the power, Eric.
It's almost as if
seems like somebody else does, though.
As the red carpet is rolled out for them, in everything. And you don't have to believe me. You don't have to take my word for it, especially with regard to these to the lesbians. GLAAD, they do the work for us. They go around tracking representation in media, and they put out a report every single year. For those of you that don't know, we've covered it a couple of times. And as you'll be surprised, actually you won't be, but you get what I'm saying, that they are overrepresented in just about everything.
Mm-hmm.
In comparison to what let's say their makeup of the population. When you look at the makeup, especially on screen, of what percentage is of this ilk, gay, lesbian, whatever, it's way more higher than what it is comparative to the actual population. So that tells me that you're getting a lot of preferential treatment, a whole lot of it. So what the fuck?
Eric, who the green-haired bald woman in the show? Yeah. what in real life? What is their relation to Leslie Headland?
Lovers.
Oh, close. Wife.
So gay lover.
Wife.
So a little bit of
Eric, you see, it's about power and who's allowed to wield it.
Yeah, true. What's the term?
You wielded your power in a very is nepotistic a word?
Yeah.
I don't know. Should it? It should be though.
That's for sure.
It seems to me like power being used.
Sounds pretty obvious to me.
Sounds pretty obvious to me.
Look, maybe guys, chat, everybody watching this, maybe we haven't reached the peak yet. I've argued that we haven't, but just when
Not
you
after
think
this show, fuck me.
Well, yeah, I mean, how many times have we been like, "Man, this is it for Star Wars"? Star Wars does something goofy, and you're like, "Ah, nah, this is it." But
Dude,
then
it's stuck its way to the fucking Australia right now. It's gone right through the fucking Earth's core, and it's coming out the other fucking side now. It's dug that big a hole. So it's like, wait a minute, do we have to start digging again to go back?
There's no course correction. And they're bragging about it.
How'd you correct this?
Well, there's one way to do it that they wouldn't do it. Cleaning house.
Never gonna happen.
And it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Instead, you get R2D2's a lesbian, and this is the gayest. That's Stunning and Brave, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And nerds are gay. They've always been gay.
Always been gay. Always.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I know from my 68 decades on the planet. Never once received anything from a gentleman from their bodily love rod. But apparently all nerds are gay.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Get the fuck out, tourist. Just get the fuck out, you tourist, stupid cow.
She said all nerds are gay. So with that being
C-3PO, we can agree on. Oh, R2.
But seriously, man. So what you got? What is this? 6 more episodes of this?
Thankfully 5, but that's 5 too many.
Five more episodes.
How this is 8 episodes, I've no fucking idea. There is no mystery to this at all. There's no mystery, there's no intrigue, there's nothing. None of the characters are likable. None. I just from an even I hate the show. I think that's pretty obvious. But even from an objective viewpoint, why am I meant to like any of the characters? I thought about that in my review today, and I said the only character that I have any sort of affinity for is Master Squid Game. And that's because he was in Squid Game. And I liked Squid Game a lot. It was a fucking amazing show. But in terms of a character, why do I like Master Squid Game? There's no reason to. He doesn't do anything really to do that. Why do I like Osha? I don't. She doesn't do anything at all. Why do I like Brown Boy Summer? I don't. He doesn't do anything whatsoever. Why do I like Little Padawan Girl? She was fine for a couple of moments, and then she's now just turned into a everybody do what I say because I'm a fucking stunning and brave little paladin girl. Padawan Girl, not paladin. That I was thinking RPGs for a second there. There's no reason to like any character. They haven't displayed any characteristics to make me like them or root for them.
Yeah.
I am just looking at people and wondering, why do I care? I mean, Carrie-Anne Moss, I love Carrie-Anne Moss as an actress. I think she's a wonderful actress. Loved her as Trinity in The Matrix, but if you had a good writer and somebody like Carrie-Anne Moss leading it, I'd be up for that. I would be up for that. But you need good writing to go along with that. And the writing has been trash. And the message, like I said, the mixed messages all over the place in this episode just showed a distinct lack of the ability to write because you want to perceive them in one way, but also you want to stick your messages in.
Well, that's the key though, right there. That little bit right there. When that's your focus, when that's on your bulletin board of things, of boxes that you absolutely need to check, that's your problem. You're not seeing clearly. You're not thinking clearly. Everything else just becomes a vehicle to get to this point, right? But either way, the priority is space lesbianism and what Star Wars. That's what I feel like they're saying. Question mark. Right? So Star Wars. Who's making Star Wars? This is about lesbians, right? Because this is the gayest Star Wars that has ever been created.
Well, you've got a commune of women. You have a commune of only women.
So you got your social views, you got your economic views, boxes checked really early.
A commune of women, and it immediately shows that the two main women are lesbians.
All lesbians, mothers.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and somehow they can procreate.
Yeah, the
so you
leader
get rid of all necessity for any man, right?
By the way, no.
So 3 episodes in, hell, I mean, you kind of.
I resign. I resign.
Well, you got the idea 2 episodes in, but by episode 3 for sure, you get it. You've been beat over the head, smacked over the head with it, with a hammer, perhaps Thor's Milner.
Yeah. Hopefully, Jane Foster wielding it.
Probably, if Leslie Headland had her say, that's exactly who would be wielding the hammer that is hitting you over the head with this message. It would be She-Thor for sure.
I can't breathe.
It's funny, man. We'll say that Star Wars is officially dead, but how many more times can we say that?
Gary said yesterday on the Real BBC, it's like raping a corpse now.
Well, yeah, there you go.
And it is.
It's deader than dead.
You are literally defiling a corpse.
Yeah.
It's dead. It's gone. It's over.
Yeah.
Apparently, because I didn't see it, I only saw the first episode. Apparently, the best Star Wars that they've been in 5 years is a show about a guy that died in 2016 or whenever Rogue One came out. You know? There hasn't been a cinematic Star Wars movie in 5 years. There's a couple in development. So what? Yeah, Mando. 2 more years. So and they're bringing back the beat that fucking killed it. You're on a streaming service that's nobody's fucking watching, that's losing billions of dollars.
Quite literally.
And you've just given Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant $180 million to just make her own lesbian fantasy show. That says nothing and feels like it was written by a fucking child.
Yeah. I mean, I know there are guys that are more optimistic about the current era of entertainment. But I think with Star Wars, I'd make the argument for some other ones, but especially with Star Wars and from what I'm picking up, from what they putting down, it's over. And I know a lot of folks believed in the Favreaus and the Filonis, right? Everybody's told me, that's what they told me, that they were going to save this damn company, right? It's safe to say that's not happening. Are they part of the problem or what? Well,
it's not even as this is intelligently written. Okay, now even if it was intelligently written, I think there's still an argument to be like, God, not again. Look, can we just get away from this gay shit all the time?
Mm-hmm.
because it's just literally absolutely everywhere. So even if it was intelligently written, there's still an argument to say, come on, let's just for once, please. But it's not even intelligently written. It's written pathetically. It's written by people that clearly don't care about Star Wars. But we've said that. How many times have we said that now? It's written by the most blatant of messages. And you can tell when there's bad writing. Because when there's bad writing, you're not intelligent enough to come up with good metaphor to disguise a message. And it's nothing, I don't think there's anything intrinsically wrong with putting a message into your work, but you got to do it in terms of that universe and in terms of entertaining. So
well,
you
that
could
has
tell
to be number one.
You could.
You have to entertain. If it's not entertaining, nobody gives a shit.
No. So you get the stupidity of that woman standing out in front of the group going, I'm a lesbian and I'm repressed. In the most blatant
it's not
way
a place
possible.
that welcomes women like
yeah.
her.
Oh, we're shunned. We're hunted. Oh, we are victims. Now watch as I indoctrinate these children into my cult. It's like, do you know how fucking stupid that sounds next to each other?
I'm going to send you a private chat,
Yeah.
and this is who they're making. I think this is a fake account. But this is who they're doing this for. And I want you to tell me once you read this, how read their statement. Do you, for once, believe this person is an actual Star Wars fan, like a legitimate one?
No, this is a clearly a fake account.
Yeah, so I said it looks like it. I don't believe that it's a real account.
No, it's 100% a fake ass account that is positioned. Which is by the way, comments turned off now. Comments turned off. That's got essentially nobody following them because their follows to followers are so off.
Yeah.
1,659 following, 2,500 followers. Okay. The engagement that it gets, 80.5k views, doesn't make sense. 1.8k likes doesn't make sense. No, it's manufactured. We've talked about manufactured accounts. We've talked about bot accounts, which are used to try and push traction, to create conversation, to create fake impression that this show's being discussed. I won't show what you showed me. Let me respond to that with something that I did yesterday.
Okay.
Because I saw something that came along my timeline, and I thought that this was very interesting because I think this is more realistic to show the actual interest in the Acolyte right now. So here we go. Let's just bring this up, shall we? So this is Entertainment Weekly. They posted this on Twitter 4 hours as of my tweet. The Acolyte star, Amandla Stenberg, is remembering the time where she accidentally crashed a furry, whatever. 4 hours, 21 likes, 11k interactions. Entertainment Weekly, 6.3 million followers.
Are we not going to talk about how weird it is they kicking it with furries?
No, because she's a fuckwit.
Like that by itself is, what the fuck?
Dude, I love you. Don't make me start on fucking furries.
What the fuck? Like we can't just, but no, we can't just gloss beyond that. Like the fuck?
Look, I mean, okay, all right. You want to go here? Let's go fucking here. Let's go fucking here, right? How'd you fall in when you're dressed as one, you fucking idiot?
Hold up, man.
Unless you, I don't care. I don't care.
Like what? Accidentally crashed a furry dent and cheesing and.
What, did you break into someone's house? It's not doing a lot for fucking cultural. Never mind. Forget about that.
This is who's writing, or acting in Star Wars.
Dude, fuck off. She ain't doing no acting. She ain't doing no fucking acting. Believe you me.
So the interest in Star Wars is down. I'm pretty sure Disney. I haven't seen some official numbers that they've thrown out there, but take those for whatever way you may. I'm sure it's the first or the most watched Star Wars film or show on Disney Plus that
No, it's the
released on
lowest.
Gay Pride Month
No, it's
on the 6th of at 7 p.m. on
Yeah,
a
my
Monday.
bad.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, my
I'm
bad.
pretty
My
sure.
bad.
So
Apologies.
it's the number one
Yeah.
show that was released under those
It's the
conditions.
number one Star Wars show today
Yeah.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah. It's
That actually might be debatable, but I think that is a most probably a more accurate representation of what people actually give a shit about.
yeah, it's gone.
Hey, let's bullshit. Hold on. Let me get it. Yeah. Let's watch it. Hold on. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see a little bit. Let's go completely kill my audience now. Chat, please don't go. Don't. No, I don't. I can't blame you. Let's just have a little look at this, shall we? This is a little snippet of the show, by the way.
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
So as they like, I know a city of like pop locking and shit, which whatever.
Uh-huh.
The music and
Listen to the way they're singing it though as well.
The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
is it like supposed to be a musical type of thing or? I got goosebumps from the cringe, bro. I think I'm Mr. Stark. I don't feel so good.
It gonna get you. The power of one, the power of two, the power of communism. There is a really stupid, retarded thing where the mother in the episode says, I want to show you the power. I want to show you the power of becoming a witch. So she calls in this woman, and the woman goes, she goes to the woman, she goes, she starts using the force on her, and the woman's like, blocking her. And then she goes, and the woman goes, and falls back, right? Then she goes, now, because they're twins, now watch the power of two. And she brings another woman in. So now there's two women at her. And she goes, on the two women. And the two women go, to block her. And then they link hands because they're lesbians.
Because
and then they link hands and like, and the woman's like, and pushes them back again. Both of them. And they both go, And I'm like, well, what you showed me is that you could easily defeat one and easily defeat two.
Yeah,
that's
so
what you showed me.
Power of what?
So the power of one defeated the power of one, and then the power of one defeated the power of two.
Power of two, yeah.
So what the fuck was that bullshit about, you dumb cow?
Wow.
And I'm just thinking, I see things like that, and I'm thinking to myself, do you even realize what you're doing?
Self-awareness, lack of it. Is that what you said? They don't have it at all. It's completely. I don't know, man.
I do. I guess you need many. I mean, is this commie shit?
Oh man, I just economically, I love looking at things like this, and I am quite. It's just remarkable.
My first two reviews have flown over 100,000 views.
Well, that's always what happens out of this. I saw G&G, their latest video has got like almost 130,000 views in like no time. Could you imagine? Let's even go back to like Phantom Menace days.
Dude, I had to do more than imagine. I had to fucking watch it.
Okay. But even if you go.
Go on, you go.
But even if you go back then, because I very much remember, because that was one of those films were some of the like first films that I as a youngster saw in theaters of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And Could you imagine if you dropped yourself through that era and you said, "Hey, man, in a little less than 30 years, maybe Star Wars as a brand it's not going to be able to shit out money." Would you believe if a time traveler told you, even during the divisive era of the
No, right. I'm not a massive prequels fan at all.
yeah,
I think there's some good ideas. I think they were told badly. Okay, so I wouldn't call myself a prequels fan. That said, I've seen them multiple times, all the films. I find them infinitely more entertaining than anything that's.
well, I think everybody's a
from
lot more
Disney.
forgiving of those
Yeah.
now, especially.
And you shouldn't forgive in hindsight, if you know what I mean, because that's just lowering your own standards.
Yeah, true. That's true.
But I still liked the outfits. I liked the Stormtrooper outfits. I still bought the toys, I still got that sort of stuff because it was still like, it's just, okay, it's not what I wanted it to be, really. But there were some great moments in it. There were some great fight scenes in it. There were some great scenes in it. No, so there's little nuggets. There's nuggets scattered throughout, for sure. And that's somebody who's like not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of them. There's kids that grew up at that time, and that's their Star Wars, and they are.
No.
If you told me then, even after that trilogy said, 25 years time, Star Wars is dead. It's dead. I'd be like,
You're a fucking idiot.
yeah, that's look, that's not how it's gonna go down, is it? Look, there's 15 years difference between Return of the Jedi and the Phantom Menace. 15 years.
That's crazy to imagine, bro.
Now it's been 25 since the Phantom Menace to today.
Damn, that's hard to imagine, man.
So it was 16 years between Phantom Menace and The Force Awakens. And The Force Awakens was received well. Like, you cannot deny that. It was received well. It did a shit ton of money. People were interested in The Last Jedi. But until they saw it. I distinctly remember driving to The Last Jedi with a couple of friends, and my mate turned to me and he said, Terrence. I said, call me Terry. He said, what if it's not good? And I said to him, dude, it's a Star Wars film. Of course it's going to be fun. And then we left the film and we were all like,
what the fuck?
What did we just fucking watch? And that is ultimately, in my opinion, what killed Star Wars was The Last Jedi. That was the mortal wound, and it wasn't treated. It wasn't treated. In the actual fact, it went septic. And I didn't even go to see The Rise of Skywalker. No interest. I watched Mauler's video on it. Watched his 4-hour fucking review on it, whatever it was. I'd watch that because I would get entertainment out of it. But the Emperor coming back, the stupid dagger that fitted in the destroyed Death. It's like, shut the fuck up. She's like, no, this is going to be... They fly now! They fly now! They're flying all the fucking time!
Oh, you can't beat the classics there.
So I think that was the mortal wound, and it was just it's just left to bleed out. It's been... Mandalorian gave some hope, and they went, fuck that shit. No way, wait. A male lead? Masculine? That... Get him out of here! Space horses. Oh my god, space horses.
It's remarkable to look at because I guess it's easier to talk about it now when you do forget just how fucking massive Star Wars was, man. Like I said, even during the divisive years,
Even at divisive years, though, I didn't hate it.
But nobody did. Nobody. They might have been like, "Hey, I'm not a fan of these."
Yeah.
My dog's on my, like, quite literally laying her head on the light. That's why I got. She likes the sun, but she doesn't like to go outside. So she'll like go in the. So I guess she thinks it's the sun.
I can relate to that.
Yeah. So that's why I got them guys. Cammy's head just sitting. She's quite. I've never seen her do that.
Oh, and it's back.
Kind of got up now. But yeah, I'm talking about you on stream. But yeah, even during those divisive years.
Whoa, hold on.
Uh-oh.
I just got a pop-up on Twitter saying your likes are now private.
Yes, that did happen.
We are making likes private for everyone to better protect your privacy. Liking more posts will make your For You feed better. Well, I don't go on For You. Okay, so you can't see likes anymore. Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be
privated. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good news is, I guess, glad that happened after the fact, because I wouldn't have Carol Lynn working for the Rippaverse if that had been implemented.
Well, yeah.
So
you can still see likes, as in how many it's got, but you can't.
Yeah, but you can't see
like
you can't go to someone's shit and be like, "Hey, what did they like?"
Yeah. I'm off straight away. Not even joking.
So I wonder if you pop up on people's timelines, like, like when you like sometimes you'll see it like someone else like this or retweet. I guess that's.
I think algorithmically it still tracks what you're liking and tries to adjust the content accordingly, the feed accordingly. But in terms of other people trying to say, why'd you follow this person? Did you see what tweet they liked?
Watch. I saw someone like this post says, my likes are now private, so I can like Eric July comics without having Spurs flip out on me. Fair enough.
Can't argue with that logic.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
Shout out.
But no, getting back to it, couldn't have ever imagined. I remember how divisive those years were when I was young. And still, like, it's one thing that's why the apathy stage is just so dangerous, man, because it's one thing for people to be like, yeah, I don't like this, but I'm still a fan of it. So that you can have that opinion. A lot of people do. I mean, we argue Batman stories, like Batman movies, and we've done all that before. But when you get to the stage that we're in now, where people are like completely checked out, no optimism is there, and then you keep giving them things to be even. I mean, you can't. What can you be optimistic about?
Well,
what are you doing?
If it's no secret, chat. I'm watching this purely to make you a video that hopefully you're going to enjoy. If this is content for me, that's it. If I wasn't doing YouTube, if YouTube fell apart tomorrow and I go and get myself a shelf stacking job at the local supermarket, I ain't fucking watching this shit, But
I think that context is very important, because
it is, because that's the regular person.
Yeah, most people don't have channels. Most people aren't covering content for people's entertainment. No, most Star Wars fans are just fucking
what is it?
Regular people.
I was gonna say, serious question though. What is a Star Wars fan anymore?
Well,
serious question. What is a Star Wars fan?
I don't know what exactly that looks like.
I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. I have no idea. Legitimately, no idea. Because let's take Ryan, for example, Ryan Kinnell, right? Ryan Kinnell is a Star Wars fan, but he don't like this fucking shit. So in their eyes, is Ryan a Star Wars fan?
Well, according to that broad that wrote that inverse article, well, those types of fans are the problem.
Yeah, the real ones.
Yeah, those are the issues. It's not the Acolyte. It's the fans, because that's always worked out well for Hollywood and really anybody when they start blaming the people that have spent thousands of fucking dollars over the past several decades on that shit, instead of trying to appeal to, I don't know, fake Twitter accounts that It is so predictable, man. Now, like that kind I showed you earlier, like who the fuck believes that shit's real? You know, these whole fake ass Stan accounts. Like, come on, man. Like,
That's
all right,
a marketing company account or
yeah.
somebody within Disney or Lucasfilm.
Like, do you really believe there are people out there that are going to make their social media persona centered around the Acolyte?
I would say it's an impossibility. I wish I was joking, Eric. I wish I was joking. I would say the only way that you could be like, oh yeah, the Acolyte, best thing ever, best thing Star Wars ever produced. This is it. This is the show. This is Pink Entertainment. I would say you've probably got a mental illness. Because even from an objective viewpoint, it's not well written. It's not particularly well acted. It's not well edited. It doesn't make sense. There's no narrative in terms of tension. This whole episode that we saw today, we knew. Because we're already told it. Maya started a fire that killed her, peoples. That's the narrative. This episode showed that narrative. And we know that's not the case. We know that there's stuff which we haven't seen that's going to show that it's the Jedi that started it all. So this episode, in essence, was a fucking waste of time.
Well,
waste
got the message out there, at least.
But that's just it. So it served no purpose other than to say lesbians make babies.
Lesbians in space. That's basically what they want.
Lesbians in space make babies. That's the only purpose. That's Star Wars now. We've come in, we've co-opted another facet of Star Wars. The Force is now fucking space lesbians making babies.
Let me ask you this. Did you see Obi-Wan show? Which is on Disney Plus, by the way.
Yeah, Disney Plus. Hashtag cancel Disney Plus.
But okay, going back to my point, this costs double what that cost. Do you see it?
I've seen 1960s episode of Star Trek that look fucking more like they got a budget than this fucking soundstage shit.
So you don't see double the because Obi-Wan was 90 minutes. I know it was 2 episodes less, but it was 90 minutes. Even Mando, I believe, was 120. Do you think this has significantly better CGI, or are you seeing? Obviously, we have episodes to go, but are you seeing early on, 3 episodes in, where they could have possibly spent double of what they spent on Obi-Wan on this show?
Fucking shitting me. No. Where? Most of this has looked like it's on a fucking soundstage. That's what it's looked like. The stuff that was in today, they had some outside broadcast stuff. I think some of this was filmed in the UK. You CGI some of the mountains behind and stuff to give a different aesthetic. 180 million divided by 8. That's over 20 million an episode. Are you fucking shitting on me?
So you're not seeing 20 million in those episodes? 30-minute episodes?
If you honestly said to me, each episode costs around $2 to $3 million, I'd be like, okay.
You'd be like, okay, that's realistic.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. 21 million? Get the fuck out of here. What's it? Is it another fucking money laundering scheme? What is going on? 21 million an episode? Get out of here. Give me 21 million.
Oh,
I mean, just give me 21 million for no other reason than to give me 21 million. But
I mean, it'll at least benefit the economy probably a lot more if they just gave it to you, cash.
Yeah, cash dollar money. Are you kidding me? Do you know you can make you could make a great horror film with 21 million.
Dude, you can make a great horror film for fucking $1 million.
Exactly. Exactly. So you could take that 21 million and you could make like fucking 10 horror films.
Yeah, you can make like that. Yeah.
Could turn over like 30, 40 million and make you fucking bank.
It can make you profitable.
Yeah.
This is not only gonna make, because think about that. How much is and I brought this point up last night. How much is the average Disney Plus subscription? I don't know, whatever it is.
I think about $10.
$10.
I'm gonna say about $10,
okay.
£10.
So they spent $180 million. Yeah. I'm not good at math, but let's say if it's $10, right?
Yeah, 18 million people.
Okay. Do you think that this is gonna get subscribers?
No, I do not, Eric July. I do not, sir.
Oh shit. They gotta make.
Well, yeah, they probably actually spent 170 million making fire go in space.
Oh shit.
When the Death Star exploded, you could clearly see that there was a fire to start with. Yes, called the oxygen burning up, you dumb fuck. And it's gone in seconds.
The power of many.
Actually, the power of many.
Many as I pop.
Many. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many. Oh, fuck off, you massive tart. Tarts in space.
To be fair, that's what I imagine.
No, let's not be fair. Let's not be fair at all. That's half the fucking problem, Eric, is we're too fair.
Too fair. That's fair, though. Yeah.
That's fair.
But no, that's how I envision lesbians meeting up. So I guess that part's realistic.
Yeah. All that was missing was a U-Haul. Space U-Haul.
Space U-Haul.
There was some confectionery, some sweeties, some cookies, if you will. Do you know what they were called? Star Wars name. Think of a Star Wars-y name for sweets, for cookies.
I'm just gonna say they called it the Lesbos.
They were actually called, and this is correct, Space Creams. Space Creams.
I like Lesbos better.
Eric, why is something called Space Creams when it's on a planet? Hi, I just made some confectionery. What should I call it? Well, we're in a sci-fi show on the Disney Channel, so call it Space something. Space Creams. Sweetheart, there's been no fucking space cream in this fucking gaggle of bins.
Well, I mean, it's just a bunch of
That's half the problem. You're missing a lot of space cream. You know what I'm saying?
There's there's nothing but lesbians, so yeah,
no, exactly.
That's
fucking no space cream for you.
Yeah, that's all right, so give me what is Leslie? What is her? Is she the showrunner? Like, what's her main
showrunner and writer of some of it?
Okay, so if you're gonna put the blame on someone, it's her, right? Like it.
100%.
Fair enough.
I mean, because she hires the talentless cows that write it as well. Yeah.
So she's really. Who the fuck's bright idea? Well, to be fair, she made Kathleen Kennedy cry. She made Kathleen Kennedy cry. So
yes, yeah.
Once that script got handed in, and that,
in all fairness, I cried as well. But that's I think they're for very
and I've cried watching everybody's videos. So we've all cried
laughing. Yeah,
for various reasons. We've all cried in some way, shape, or form. So we're all shedding our tears in some capacity. Wow. Shout out Kathleen Kennedy, man.
Elton John, love you.
Yeah.
Stop stigmatizing those gays.
Though. We've been trying to get you to stop, bro.
That AIDS. You can stigmatize whatever else you want, I guess.
But you can't stigmatize AIDS. You got to stop that, bro.
Yeah. Shout out Tim.
Okay, of course.
Sheridan.
Royalties and Tim Sheridan.
Yeah.
We gotta give a
imagine what Tim Sheridan would do with 21 million. How many AIDS stigmatization? It's gotta be at least. Gotta be at least 2 or 3, I guess. I don't know how that works.
Oh fuck.
Let's ask him. Let's ask him on Twitter. Has he got a Twitter account? Let's ask him. Tim, if I was to give you $21 million, how many AIDS stigmas would you be able to stop from stigmatizing AIDS?
Oh shit, man. Fuck, dude. Jesus Christ.
He can't help you now. Eric. It's way too late. It is way too late.
Damn, man. Fuck. $21 million, dog.
That's a lot of fucking
that is a lot of fucking. I don't think people don't understand how fucking much money that shit is, man. That's a lot of money that's getting just something's happening to it. I don't know where it's in a pit of money and it's lit on fire. Leslie Heslin's probably got quite a bit of it.
Yeah. I'd say she got paid.
Yeah, caterers for the caterers and all the.
Stop it! Just stop it!
Oh my god! Fucking, why y'all doing?
Stop it! This is not funny, chat. This is not funny. Come on.
They said it's lesbian, so that's what headlamp or whatever the fucking name. That's what she said.
Lesbian headlamp. Yeah,
that's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh my god, $180 million.
Yes, sir.
It is so much money, and we don't know where it's going. It doesn't show in any of the CGI. It's for sure. It's not like they're grabbing these names that command that. There was a
couple of nice Vista shots today, but it was shot in the UK in the fucking countryside. What do you expect?
Yeah. So somebody's getting away with the loot, and they're not going to get a return on. I mean, to be fair, they weren't immediately putting this on Disney Plus meant that it was never going to get a return because
dead money.
It's losing money, and even if we looked at it on net, like to what if we're talking about the average of how much Disney Plus costs, then yeah, they're not getting 18 million people to sign up to watch this fucking show, bro. So even on net, if you're just looking at it in isolation, it's a loss.
What do they work out? 1% of Disney Plus is actually watching it as well.
Yeah.
1%.
There's a lot of guys probably signed up for it, dinging their accounts. They don't give a fuck. Came with something else that they bundled up with.
Yeah. With an ISP, or something. Yeah.
Something
when
like that.
When I was phone shopping, there was one of the phones that if you bought it, you got a year's Disney Plus subscription with it.
Yeah, it happens. I remember there was some deal going on with ours.
I didn't buy that phone purely on that principle.
Yeah, because I mean, that's how I had it on. When I was watching, if people remember, where I was doing reviews of like the X-Men the animated series, like the original, obviously. And I was watching on Disney Plus, and it came with, what was it? I think it was a cable or whatever that, it basically came with some upgrade that we had got, and we had it for like a year with Hulu and shit, or whatever, for what I remember. But yeah, it's a lot of users that are like that, or they're not users really. I guess they're just not, because they're not using it. So it's just there. It's a pit of money, and the money's being lit on fire, and then they're going to move on to the next project. I guess the only place that they are going to be able to make money off of it on is going to be these movies, but they're not making money there either. So
the movies which have been out of the cinema for now currently 5 years.
You got Mando and the green fucker and they're probably going to spend $500 million on whatever the fuck that is, and there's no chance that shit makes money. But I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest, yeah.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest, yeah. Maybe that's a nice little subtitle for Acolyte. But
let's be honest about this show. That's my episode 4 review.
Yeah, that's your
Acolyte episode 4. Let's be honest about this show.
Yeah, there you go. You got your YouTube title, man. There you go. Right there. But yeah, there's I can't remember what franchise, and maybe it was Star Wars that we talked about on the show. Where's the recovery at? Even if you wanted to be optimistic, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you wanted to be optimistic, you could say they're gonna turn it around with this right here. What is that? What is it?
You can't turn it around with one show. We've talked about this.
Yeah, true.
You need multiple shows.
Yeah.
You need a the actual time that diversity is good. You need a diverse range of product on there that appeals to multiple audiences. Right now, you got fucking shit. Do you want the next bit of dog shit? No, not really. No, but it's got Star Wars on it. That's why I don't.
Yeah.
You gotta give people choice. And what do we find more often than not? They'll go back and they'll watch something which was actually good.
No. That's the only incentive, because nothing, again, even if you are optimistic, say you're, and I won't say, I'm not going to say Star Wars theory is like optimistic. He's just more positive, I guess, in his outlook. I think it's more accurate. And even if you're him, what are you waiting on? Like, what's next? Star Wars Outlaws?
I have no idea what's coming up next. None. I saw the game with Mam Solo in it.
That's Outlaws, right?
I think
that's Outlaws with the chick with the chin and shit. Like
the chick with the chin and the zipper tits. Yeah, got it. Yeah,
that's good. Is that gonna turn it around?
She's got a fucking bigger chin than fucking me. She's got fucking lantern jaw on her fucking thing, like Joanna Dark now. Want yourself a lantern jaw? Yeah, sure, it'd be great. Oh yeah, with these fucking women in Star Wars.
Let's see. So we have Skeleton Crew. What the fuck is that?
I don't care.
And Andor's gonna get another season?
Yeah. One more season.
Ahsoka 2's in development.
Of course it is.
The
Why?
Green Fucker movie doesn't come out for another 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. 2027. That's gonna be 8 years.
That's crazy, bro.
If
and that's the if. That's a good point.
It even gets fucking made.
Yeah.
If it gets made. There's no script for the fucking Daisy Ridley.
Is that Lando shit gonna happen like that? So it's not gonna happen. All right.
Hey, do you want to fuck a robot? That's Star Wars is for kids. This guy fucks robots. He ejaculates his semen onto a robot. Star Wars is for kids.
Taika Waititi Star Wars, you looking for whatever that's gonna be.
Some narcissistical shit that he'll put himself in.
Maybe that'll turn it around.
Yeah.
They don't got nothing, bro. I'm looking at the slate right now. This year, that's it. I mean, I don't know what is Skeleton Crew. What is that? Why have I not heard of?
I've heard of it.
Maybe I'm tripping.
I think it's the only one with. I think that somebody's got the person behind Skeleton Crew is decent, but I don't.
Who cares?
Care.
Yeah, who cares?
I have to give a shit. I might do it for content, but like I said, if I wasn't doing this for as a YouTuber,
So
I
it's
wouldn't
no
touch
genuine
this
interest.
shit. No,
It's no genuine interest.
so fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm just watching old shit right now, and I'm loving it. I'm watching great TV. I'm reading good comics. Hello, I'm reading good comics. You know what I'm saying there, Eric? You know what I'm saying there? Good comic.
I mean, that's where I'm gonna request the chat spend some money on because I just think that's probably a smarter choice for you.
I'd say so.
Yeah, it's Star Wars. I'm looking at even the games here. We got Outlaws. This remake of Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, I think that's dead.
You think that's not happening?
No, it's not. That's not going to happen. That's no. They hired that fucking chick who's a fucking fucked up weirdo. They fired her, and now I think it's in limbo. Do you think they'll ever make a faithful recreation of these games anymore?
Not happening.
Of course they won't. It's Western Gaming Company. It's
Yeah, I mean,
dead.
you'll get Star Wars Outlaw with the Crimson Chin and fucking
Mam Solo. And again, we talked about this before, but I'll say it again. They aren't doing women any favors at all.
not at all.
Star Wars is a predominantly male brand, and they just keep sticking.
And they don't like
bland-
that. Make no mistake. They've that makes them mad for some reason. Like the audience is the audience, bro. Like, what's the problem?
Problem is that isn't the audience they want. It isn't the audience they want. They want a mythical audience that doesn't exist.
It's not real.
Yeah. Just because you put women in it or girls in it doesn't mean it is popular or will appeal to women or girls. Because guess what? Women and girls also have taste.
Yeah.
But they don't think that. They just think, God, I hate to say this, but I'm going to have to say it. Stick a chick in it, make it lame and gay. They think that is the fucking recipe. Women are stupid. Let's just put a woman in it and then women will go see it because women are stupid. That's the mentality that they got.
And hell, and then when it's like with Birds of Prey.
Oh.
Women did show up. Hell, I was the only one that was there. To be fair,
Well, there were still more men that saw that film than women.
That's what I'm saying. So what good does it do you? Like, because they don't like the shit. The people that you're appealing to, the time it seems to work with that audience is when you do something that's specifically for them, like Barbie.
Yeah, which was for a feminine audience because Barbie was feminine.
Yeah.
And that meant that the women that used to like Barbie, they could dress up in feminine outfits because they were having Barbie parties and shit. And they turned it into a whole thing because that's what fucking women do. It's fucking ingenious. Hey, let's all go out. Let's go fucking get some margaritas downers, put our pretty frocks on, then go watch Barbie and have a giggle. Perfect. Not wrong with that at all.
No. Not at
But
all.
they made a movie specifically designed for that demographic.
Yeah.
And it worked.
What do you know?
Fucking Kel Surprise! Making a fucking film for a specific demographic that appeals to that specific demographic might actually work.
Wow. You telling me that's the recipe?
Jeez, it's a
for
tough
success?
one. It's a hard one to swallow. But there you go.
Amazing to me. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of, I mean, we're talking about lesbian or Leslie.
No,
Headland.
lesbian headlamp. Yeah, you got it right.
What was the chick? It was some game. What am I thinking? I'm losing. I'm gonna find it right now.
Your mind?
Yeah, I mean, this Acolyte's making me do it. I'm gonna blame them. I'm gonna blame them for it. But there was something that was happening in games right now that I for sure wanted to touch on real quick because it's in the same vein of what we discussed before. Yeah, it was the Dragon Age shit. Yeah.
Oh God, here we go.
Did you play Inquisition?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So we got some gameplay yesterday, right? We got gameplay yesterday. I saw a little bit of it, and it's interesting. Let's just say that. But I don't know if you saw that I don't think any of the companions in there are straight.
No, the director. This is the director. Trans woman, she, her. We know what that means, by the way, don't we?
Of course, man.
We know what that means. Game director Dragon Age Dreadwolf, which is no longer called Dreadwolf, of course. It's now been turned to the Veilguard, even though they've still got Dreadwolf in their banner, but it doesn't matter. Queer sexual gender mancer. Hashtag trans rights. Hashtag Black Lives Matter from a white biological male. Oh, when they got backlash for Dragon Age Veilguard, went on to Protected, took everything out of their fucking bio.
Oh, it's too late for that. Was it Dragon Age's? Yeah, because remember on the show we covered some weird ass golly, what was that article that we covered of them coming out and saying something really gay before?
Eric, you're gonna have to be a wee bit more specific than that.
Yeah,
because that is currently entertainment 24/7 that
yeah,
you just
was,
described.
God damn. What? Let me see if I can find it. Jesus Christ, man.
That is how quick. That is how quick they are. I love you, chat. Never change. Never change. Never change.
Yeah, it was BioWare, right? When they had that trans, they hadn't tweeted in forever, and like the first tweet was like, "Today is Transgender Day of Visibility." I was like, what in the fuck is this? It says trans people have always been part of our worlds. We're proud to support them both within our game and real life. And it's like, what the fuck does this have to do with video games, bro?
None of it does. That's just the problem.
But yeah, so according to, and going back to that point, according to, I believe, IGN, all companions will be pansexual.
Yes, I believe that that's the way that the game director. So instead of being able to make your own decision based on you, and also in certain Dragon Age games, you can't romance certain characters.
Yes, that's realistic.
Because there was in Inquisition, there was the hot black mage chick,
yeah,
and I wanted to romance her, but I couldn't. Wouldn't let me because she was off the table. Now they're saying that not only is your character canonically pansexual, as in you'll fuck anything.
Yeah.
But even if you're just like, no, thank you, I'll stick to my my heteronormative lifestyle, thank you. Your other companions will go off and romance whoever they want, or something like that. So whether you like it or not, you're gonna fucking get it.
Fucking hell.
Derek, do you mind going over there and seeing if they got any wheat? And Derek's going to go around saying, I can't, fucking my boyfriend. Or whatever, however they're going to do it.
The full Alan Scott truck stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I just need to nip off to a truck stop to put a cock in my mouth, I think. I don't know. Maybe. It just fell in. It fell in. So, yeah. Exactly. Sometimes you just can't romance the hot black mage no matter how hard you want to. Exactly. And I tried.
Agency, I totally understand that.
Yeah, I get putting your character into the game, creating the character that you want to create, male, female, because there's only two genders. And then depending on your own sexual preference, romancing who you want. If you're a dude and you're gay and you want to romance that dude, go for it. You know, you've always been able to do that in Dragon Age games.
Yes.
If you want to, you know, if you're after Claudia Black or, you know, whoever, go for it. You can do what you want. But now they're stating the sexuality of your character. And that's different because that takes agency away from you.
Yes. It's not really a choice.
No.
At all, actually.
The irony of that statement, Eric, is unbelievable.
Fuck. Oh man, that's rough, and not in the gay way. Well, kind of in the gay way. It is rough.
It kind of is, actually, yeah.
To be fair. What the fuck are these titles? Is this really AAA game? Is this the future? Like,
well, I mean, if the West is going in this direction, and because it takes longer for video games to be made, this is why we're only just starting to see it in the video game industry.
We got another 5 years, man. If the course was go correct, it's probably another 5 years, bro. Minimum.
Absolutely. But the great news is when this game fails fucking miserably, I think this has got to be surely the last straw for BioWare, and they will just shut BioWare down with EA because that's what they do. BioWare have not put out a good game since Mass Effect 3. And I know people get mad about the ending, and that's fine. But the game itself was, I thought, pretty damn good up until the ending. And then what was that, 2012?
That's why they don't be posting, because they ain't got shit. I mean, well, I tell you about the trans stuff, but, you know, that's why. Because even up until then, like before then, it was they had posted about fucking dick, bro. Well, they did literally post about dick, but I'm talking about like they posted about fucking nothing.
But the cut, you know, the trailer that they showed for it looked like fucking Fortnite trash.
Oh, yeah, it didn't.
That just looked like Fortnite fucking.
I mean,
just gobbledygook shit.
The gameplay, my issue was not necessarily with the gameplay itself, and more or less I'm not happy about what I was seeing with some. Maybe it's early on in the game, but some of those enemies, man, it's the same shit. Same issues I had with Black Desert, man. It's like there's no way this is going to be engaging because all these enemies are fucking retarded. Like they're just quite literally just fucking standing there. Like, and I hate that shit when I'm playing an RPG. It's like it's not engaging.
No. Have some fucking AI for Christ's sake.
Yes, and you don't have to take my word for. Go watch it, guys. Like you're sitting in with the gameplay, the guy with the sword and shit. Like again, it looked okay for what it was. Like, but it just like same issue I had with Black Desert. It's like, okay, my guy can do all of this cool shit, but the guys that I'm fighting are like, if I'm in a pack of them, they're all retarded.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're sitting there waiting for me to attack them, and not to like counter. They're just sitting there waiting for. I'm attacking one. I'm throwing everything at them, and the guy behind me is sitting there just.
Are you gonna join in?
Yeah, it's like, are you not gonna attack me or what the fuck? I fucking get so fucking aggravated in that, and that's what I saw from and trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's very maybe that was the tutorial, bro. And I'm hoping like hell because holy shit.
Dude, I'm looking at Korea. I'm looking at Japan. I don't give a flying fuck about Western developing gaming company anymore because they can't fucking develop. It's a hive mind shit fest in those places now. DIE fucking cesspit.
That
eating
is
each other, by the way, eating each other alive as well, which is even better.
What was the game we talked about with the no white dudes that was in it?
I
already forgot.
Chat, what was it called? Yeah, I already forgot. I don't care. Concord? Was it Concord?
Something like that.
What was the one? No Country for White Men. What game was
with the he/him bot?
Yeah, with the robot with fucking pronouns. It was Concord. Yeah, it was Concord. Yeah.
With the PlayStation, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Let's get some soups done because I need to hit the gym.
Oh yeah.
I got a lot of fucking aggression to work off today.
Shout out Acolyte for that's the positive thing. You're gonna get as a good workout.
Yeah, because I gotta fucking sweat this shit off. Joker's Disciple with a 50 says, I swear, as last ever poll I will ask of you, can you make one to see how many respected paying customers would pay cold, hard cash dollar money for Jeremy Cash to be canonized as a greedy, womanizing D or C list villain in the Ripperverse? Thanks, bub. Hail to you. Thank you for a massive super. 59% said yes. 40% said no.
Okay.
Brass Monkey gifting 5. Oh, okay. I like that. That's all you can ask. Brass Monkey, massive thank you. Blabs the Tower Tard with a membership for months says, Denver meetup, please. Been waiting to attend one, but between the TISM and the PTSD, Vegas sounds like hell on earth. But I could do Denver.
Well, we'll at least be at, if we had a local presence there, I would be down for sure. But because it's like none of us are out there, we'll be at the con, but none of us are out there to like really truly organize a meetup. It's hard to do that. But I mean, you can at least come to the Ripperverse booth and come holler at us. That'd be cool.
There you go. Douche Intergalactic Pirate Radio, free live music with a $10 says, I watched the first couple of episodes of the Acolyte and I had to marathon the entirety of Babylon 5 so I could wash the taste out of my mouth. That is a fact. I've been watching Space 1999 because I needed to get this shit out of my fucking brain immediately. It's like ingesting pure unadulterated cancer. And then you got to get the chemo. You got to get that fucking chemo immediately. The operator with a $5 says, I watch the shill reactions like Mr. Grizzy to make sure I'm normal. And this I could not watch them if they liked it. It's too cringe. Sheepsidian with a 7-month membership says, happy, not pride, but definitely Men's Health Month. Men's Mental Health Month. Be sure to check in with the men in your life, ladies, and keep the good fight going. Well, chat, your mum is an absolute sweetheart, and she treats me good. So I'm very happy about that. Graph Web with a $2 says, for fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus. Oh, dude, I've been watching this with my mate, Captain Jack Sparrow. HTK bass player has been a member for 7. Thank you. As is Microwave T with a $10 says Alyssa McCante wants to fight. We need Gina Carano now more than ever. Is it Vara Dark? She said, yeah, okay. And now isn't Alyssa like backtracking or something?
Yeah. She said, okay. Alyssa doesn't want to do it because Keemstar talked about setting it up with what he does with his, with those fights that he sets up. And then she basically was like, let's just meet up and fight. And anybody that's telling you to do that shit probably does not have the best of intentions. And I would not recommend just going to link up in some unorganized form or fashion with some lunatic.
Yeah, you'll probably catch something via it.
Yeah.
I'd wear a bodysuit so that no blood can get off. Don't want anything like hepatitis or even worse. Yeah. Pathetic. It's just, look, guys, it's just somebody that's desperate for attention. She's got 5 minutes, not of fame. She's got the attention of some for 5 minutes. Dude, just imagine the piss we took out of Frosk. This is fucking discount Frosk. That's how fucking retarded she is. Realistic Delinquent with a 2 Canadian 80 says, not DEI, not DIE, IED, because everything bombs. Pretty good, actually. I like that. Shake Ma Wiggling. I'm big fan of your oil. With a $2 says, I got my Yaira 1 Can't wait to read it after work. It's good shit, dude.
Hell yeah,
good
dude.
shit.
Hell yeah.
Put fucking hairs on your chest, that will.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Darker with a $2 says Acolyte episode 3, Scissor My Timbers. Yes.
Rough.
Josh Kelsey dropping a 20. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you. Raven Rainfall with a 9-month membership says, I'm a woman who loves Star Wars and I can't believe what it's become. Star Wars is deed. Ripper, thank you for my Yaira 1. Can't wait to read it.
Woo.
Get it read.
Get
it read, lass.
I love it. I love it. Let's do it.
Marek Zielinski with a 10 euro says, leave Kathleen Kennedy alone. She even makes Void Fires pregnant. Oh. Sam Smith has been a member for 24. Thank you, Sam. Kalioth with a 10 says the Acolyte is the best thing for Disney Plus to happen. When Tubi pushes it out of the top 5 stream platforms and stock plummets, only then will the shareholders realize what others told them. Go woke, go broke. I think it's so propped up with fucking investor money that I don't know. But the more they waste, the better it is.
That's for sure.
Get dumping that stock. Justin Hart has become a member. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate you. And Justin then follows up with a 5 gifted membership.
Shout
Justin,
out.
you are a man and a scholar. You're a gentleman and a scholar. School of the Steve with a $5 says, Ari, my Qui-Gon Guyun super yesterday. Guyen is a common Vietnamese name pronounced like Win. Okay, Qui-Gon Win. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that, dude. DB with a £2 says, Eric, will you please stop failing?
I'm trying, man.
Starfield.
I'm trying.
Fucking burn that. Okay. Legalize adulthood with a hundo. Legalize.
Not cheap.
Did you get my email? I emailed you last night. Did you get my email? Because I managed to retrieve your super from yesterday. But obviously I read it and then it's not going to make any sense. I can't. So I'm sorry. Legalize adulthood with $100 says, Graham and Chuck, you both worked on Airboys for Eclipse Comics. Dang! Wrong stream. Screams for the bankers as he runs through the set of the Acolyte screaming, it's okay to be straight. That is some controversial shit you just said there, dude. But I'm putting you in the book. I'm putting you in the book, you lovely fucking sausage.
That is not cheap.
No, sir. No, it's not. And he did one yesterday, $100 and 20 gifted. And he did it last fucking Sunday, $100, 20 gifted. And he's been doing it on the fucking Real BBC and Sunday. You're way too kind. Way too kind. So he follows up with gifting 20 memberships as well. You're a fucking legend, mate. You're a legend. Ninny has gifted a membership to the stream as well. Ninny, thank you. Johnny's has been a member for 10. Says good. Obviously. Andre Medelsky with 100 checks says, hey guys, Ripper, you once ranted about lazy, complaining metal bands being broken because it's underground. Gold words. Any basic tips or watch outs for a death metal individual or band newbie?
Ooh, fuck. I just think that especially with those types of subgenres, like those of us that perform like kind of some subgenre of metal, especially in this day and age, I believe that in the direction that the industry's gone in, and you can make this argument for all of music, these record labels are so obsolete. So for the love of God, same thing I told everybody when Backwards was first coming up, do not have that line of thinking where you absolutely have to go through them in order to see some success. It's not true. Anybody that said that is fucking lying to you. It's not necessary. And if you want to actually live off of that shit, it's best that you stay away from that. Whatever you do. And try to, I'd argue that you're going to make a lot more money trying to maintain or gain some sort of social media presence through some engaging content, music videos, stuff like that, than fucking signing for some shit deal with some label. It's not going to be fun. I just can't tell you the amount of people that I know that just really never got a chance to benefit off of their work.
Will J with a $5 says, what if the hidden plot was that the flashback was fake and it was a memory the Jedi altered using the Force? It'd still be retarded. It would be retarded, Will. Because the whole thing don't make no fucking sense. Andre Medelsky with a 50 check. Well, it does. Some of it, no, the problem is, right, the death of the things make sense because they're dog shit, horrible people. But they want to portray it like it's evil. Oh, whatever. Remember, gay Ryan Kinnell killed himself last week because of this. Andre Medelsky with the 50 check says, as seriously, me and my colleague agreed we need your gay as fuck mug and fuckity buy t-shirt as merch. Should make those, we'd buy 3. There you go. I'll be able to retire on that, mate. Bruce has been a member for 13. Bruce, thank you. Carlos Lima with a $10 says, hey, Silverback and Rip. Love you guys and your channels. Just wanted to know if you were coming to New York, Rip. I need to get all your comics signed by you. Keep up the great work.
I don't have anything lined up. I know I've been asked about New York Comic Con all the time. We haven't had anything lined up quite yet, so.
Okie dokie. Stay posted, Carlos. As is Michael. It's been a member for 2 months. Bruce with a $5 says, if the Eric hat doesn't get released soon, I'm showing up outside of restaurants wearing a cape. XR Con with a $2 says, these people aren't tourists, they're squatters. Amen. Anthony Buck with a membership for 3 says, sup, fellas? I loved Yaira and Salvage. I like the fact that Salvage story was short. It makes it unique. Ripper, you coming to San Diego Comic-Con?
Haven't got any confirmations on that quite yet. It's hard to say. It really is hard to say. We'll keep you posted, though.
Okay, stay tuned. Helena Handbasket has been a member for 19. Does anyone think that her payment for getting Harvey, and do they think she didn't know the entire time? They know she knows. They know she knows.
Care.
They don't care. Exactly. They don't care. Nicholas Krauser has been with a $10 says, this episode is the most insane, unhinged, and toddler on acid piece of video ever produced. I am legitimately dumber for having watched it. Yes.
That's
We
rough.
are all legitimately dumber for having watched this. Yeah, but you, big shout out to the people watching my video today. You can't see, but I can see the back stats. It's been out for 2 hours, I think. It's been out for 3 hours, and it's the back end's telling me it's on 52,000 views.
Woo!
So
Hot damn.
I know. So
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
fucking shout out to you beautiful people out there. Greyman with a 5 Swiss says, gave up on Star Wars, started befriending frogs at the riverbank instead, planning to become a frog whisperer. That's a much more worthy life, Greyman.
I agree.
Much more worthy endeavor. See if you can find some newts as well or something like that. Dark Hierophant with a $2 says, space opera gave them all space magic through lesbianism. Keltrick with a $10 says, so the creation of life from the Force that was mastered by Plagueis and Sidious, not even the Night Sisters could master. A bunch of women just know this skill. I'm ashamed to be a fan. They didn't even explain it. They just said, we were gifted. We were gifted with children. And then later in the episode, when the two lesbians are having U-hauls at 10 paces with each other, she says, I carried them. And the other one says, I put them in you. That's it. That's all the explanation they want to give. Dark lesbian magic. Dark Hierophant also became a member. Thank you. The Nets Rack with a 200 Danish says, thank you both for being who you are and doing what you do. It's what you do that defines you. Cheers from Denmark. Question for Eric. Can I start out with reading the Yaira comics as my first Ripper comic?
I mean, you could. It's not going to get in the way with anything. I mean, I would say that there's some vital things as far as like giving you more context of Alpha Core, which has a really strong presence You get that in Alpha Core 1, and if you want to get the first appearance of Yaira and that conflict where it really picks up right after it, that's an Isom 1. But you can absolutely read that book.
That was my favorite part of Isom.
Yeah, there you go. But no, you can read that book by itself. It's no problem.
It actually has a really good contained story. It does refer back to Isom. It does have some Alpha Core reference, but as a whole, the story is its own entity and its own thing. So I would say you'll be fine if you want to pick that up as your first book. No problem. You can always go back and get the others for more context. S Sharp with a £5 says my personal favorite was them pulling down the thread and achieving a seemingly orgasmic completion from it. Kids show, am I right? I didn't know what the fuck I was watching, dude. The force is like a thread now that you pull on. Sweetheart, you ain't pulling on no fucking threads, if you know what I mean. The only threads that you're pulling on are the ones that you use your fucking scissors for. Melon with a $2 says, had the whole EU and tossed it. Stealing a bit hat. Hate, not a, well, they're stealing a bit here and there for sure. Yeah, here and there. H&T. Here and there. Yeah, stealing a bit here and there, but they're bastardizing it for sure. From what I've heard. I didn't go in too deep into that. Just like they've never gone too deep into it. Warbreaker with a $10 says, make it make sense. How many times am I having to say that every fucking review? Jaffo on the bound with a $2 says, wasn't just masculine, he was a father figure. I don't know which reference that is, but there's no masculinity in fucking Star Wars no more. Shindo Versus with a $10 is my favorite part is when the witch absinthe meeting, when during the little song, one of the witches cackled like a hyena. Yes! I had to watch that again and made a dumbest of face. Power of one, power of two, power of many. Yeah, she's just talking. She's like, and somebody just goes, I'm like, what? Wait, what? What the fuck did you do? Never mind. I want to know. Atomic Patriot, the $10 says, I genuinely can't describe the frustration I feel about how they massacred my favorite IP. I hate these communist degenerates who destroy everything they touch. Amen.
I heard that.
And this is the most commie thing. Never mind the most gay. It's the most commie thing I've seen from Star Wars. Lee Kindler with a $5 says the first John Wick cost $20 million. Where'd the money go? Jeez. And that film is fucking bananas good.
True.
Your Barmy with a $5 says the U-Haul pulls up in the show. They roll open the back and the force is in there. Quite possibly. As is Microwave with a $5 says, do you put in the space cream before or after? Get him out of here. Get him fucking the fuck out of here. Lone Wolf with a $5 is for comparison. If I recall correctly, the original Star Trek cost $1.1 million per episode. Disney Star Wars per episode cost even be close to 20 to 30.
I don't know where the money's going, bro.
Where's the money? Where's the fucking money going? Lord Botha with a $5 says Jaws was made for $52.5 million adjusted for inflation, with numerous production failures and problems and spending 3 times their initial budget. Joker was made for $50 million. Joker made 1.1 billion nearly.
Yeah.
Boobies.
None of it makes sense.
Make it make sense. Lone Wolf for the $2 says that number was adjusted for inflation. Yes, I took it as adjusted for inflation, dude.
Yeah.
The 1.1 million per episode. I took that adjusted. Yeah. Guy Incognito has been a member for 9. And by the way, in those days, that was fucking shit ton of money. Just saying. Because it's 1.1 million. Anyway, thank you, Guy. You're an absolute legend, sir. Jeremy Rivera with a $5 says Disney is turning Star Wars around. They were driving its corpse to the cemetery. Then they decided to turn around, drive off a cliff instead.
Respectable.
Fair enough. Fear the Cockney with a $5 says, oi, as how many big TD trans bitch pics you gonna like now? That likes a private. Oh yeah, shit, loads. Lock it in, Governor. All of them, every single one. You send me a trans. No, don't send me any of that. I'll fucking block you. I won't. I'll mute you. You'll never know you're blocked. Yeah, but all of them is the answer to that. Jason Ratz with the $10 says, so what's the over-under on how long it takes Disney to yank this off the platform like Willow? They won't, because it's a message-producing show and it's Star Wars. It'll be seen as an utter failure if they don't.
True.
See it. Watch it stay on there till it rots.
True.
Kate with a $5 says, how are they able to afford to keep pumping out this garbage? Investor money. It's a very rich company. It's a very rich company. It ain't running out of money anytime soon. Gendermancer with $1. Thank you, Gendermancer. Fiesta Cat with the $5. How long do y'all think we're going to be stuck in this woke trend for TVs, movies, and games? Not in the West, only in the West.
In the West, it's no gonna. It's well, as far as mainstream is concerned, I think we have enough proof that shows that this shit is not turning around. If we're talking straight up mainstream, it's not turning around. We're done here. So don't anticipate that it will.
No, sir. Captain Capitalism have a nobody with a $2 says, what gay agenda? The one that Star Wars admitted to that was leaked and came out of the person's mouth. What is our not so secret gay agenda? Fucking hell, man. Memorable Virus with a $2 says, speaking of JRPGs, Expedition 33 looks good. Dude, I'm going to look into that. Thank you. I'm going to look into that. Appreciate it. Mezer Lipstick J with a £5 super sticker. Thank you. Appreciate you. Andy Masterson. How you doing, Andy?
Shout out, Andy.
32-month membership. Lovely guy, Andy. Blackguard with a 20 says, if Liliana or Morrigan make appearances in this new Dragon Age game, I absolutely cannot wait to see how they'll look. I'm expecting the worst at this point. Dude, Liliana was my bae in Dragon Age Origins. You know, she got the fucking pole. She got it. I was gutted again in Inquisition. I couldn't romance her. Fuck. I wanted to relive my glory days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm fucking saying. Justin Hart with a $5 says, Backwoods album.
Backwards album. Oh yeah, we're working on some stuff. Obviously, we came back. You heard our new track, and God's still jamming it. We see those numbers, so keep jamming that. It's hard to say what that's going to look like as far as the album is concerned, because we're sitting on like 2 albums worth of music, man. So we'll see. We'll see.
Nice. Heartbreak Ridge has been a member for 17. Thank you. Lord Both with the $5 says, AMC bought by Sony. Gonna need a PSN link to go see the movies now. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm letting my PSN account go dead after when it runs out in September. Caffeinated Me has been a member for 7. Thank you.
Shout out.
Corn Boy has been a member for 6 months. Says the Galactic Society of Magical Lesbians.
That would be a more proper name for it. I like that.
I might change my
title to that.
Title of my review to that. The Galactic Society of Magical Lesbians. Yes, sir. That's what I'm going to change my title to. Kalioth with the $2 says, stop the dollars to Disney plus hashtag Ripper release the lid.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I've heard you.
Sutton Creek Productions with a 2 Canadian says, now fly, my pretties. That's what it sounded like. Chat, massive thank you. You've been absolutely off the hook today. I appreciate you so much indeed. Thank you, Gary, for not having an Una. Eric, before we go, anything you'd like to plug, sir? Apart from Liliana.
Fuck. Not right now. We have.
How about Yaira statues?
Well, yeah, let's plug those. Because, spoiler talk we'll do soon enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I'm plugging anything, for sure it's going to be that Yaira statue. If you go to ripperverse.com/ what is it? Yaira statue, I believe it is. You can go get more information on it. McFarlane Toys, we got some other cool stuff that we're doing as well. So be sure to grab that first official statue. We're going to release that size of the edition. Will be sometime probably next month. So you're going to want to go ahead and pre-order so we can make sure those numbers are accurate as possible. So yeah, man. Other than that, that's it. Appreciate all the support for Yaira. You can still get Yaira. We only have probably like 1,000 orders left. It's not that many orders.
Oh, wow.
Left. So yeah, we're getting close to being able to do that spoiler talk stream. So it's going to be a really, really exciting time.
Awesome. Chat, thank you so much indeed for watching, every single one of you. Mods, thank you for giving up your free time. Everybody who super chatted, membered, remembered, gifted memberships, thank you for supporting the channel. I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. Till then, you take care. Bye for now.
Peace.